A new ship, a new class of carrier. This is USS Gerald R Ford, anchored in Stokes Bay on the Hampshire coast.
I've been invited for a special look around.
Which means we can get some great shots inside the 150-yard exclusion zone around the ship. The carrier is only just into operational service, and this is her first journey outside North American waters.
This carrier is absolutely vast, 1,106 feet in length, 250 feet high. And she just dwarfs the tanker that's been sent down to refuel her.
The USS Gerald R Ford is the biggest warship in the world, and the first in a whole new Ford class, which will eventually replace the famous Nimitz class. And while the two types look similar, the Ford is packed full of new technology. In fact, there are 23 major systems on board that are totally new and updated.
This ship is badass, I'll just put it that way. It's a really great system of systems. High technology is everywhere you walk on the ship. It's great to have a learning mindset in the crews.
Let's start our tour of the ship on the 1,000-foot-plus flight deck, at the sharp end of what carrier operations are all about, getting planes into the air from what is, in effect, a floating airport carrying up to 75 airframes.
6 different sorts of airframe on board at the moment, from F-18s to helicopters to this over here, which is the E-2D Hawkeye, a tactical surveillance plane. Put it up in the air and you can see what's going on over the horizon.
One of the biggest changes on this ship is the method used to get the planes airborne. It's still a catapult system, but it's no longer steam-powered. The planes are propelled into the air by electromagnetic force, going from static to airborne at 100 knots plus, depending on the plane, in just a few seconds.
I grew up in New York, and we live close to the Six Flags with the fastest roller coaster in the world, so I've been on that, and this is much, much faster than that.
So terrifying then?
Yeah, I'd say more than terrifying. You're pretty well strapped in. And feeling that secure takes away a lot of the terror. You know that you're in good hands, you're in a good aircraft with good maintainers.
We've come into one of the giant hangars under the flight deck to see another big technological change.
There are 11 lifts like this on board the Ford class of carrier. The major difference between this and the Nimitz class is the way they're powered. Gone are the hydraulics and the cables. This is all about electromagnetic energy. What does that mean? Well, it means fewer people are needed to operate this, and they're much more efficient. They can also carry a lot more. 10,000 pounds on the old class. This one has a safe working load of 24,000 pounds.
Now, while a lift might not seem that thrilling, it does show how systems across the carrier have been rethought to be more efficient, basically doing the job better and more quickly. There are 24 decks on the Ford, housing a total crew of 4,539 sailors and aviators.
I would absolutely call this a floating city. I mean, it has anything you can ask for that I would get on land, but on board a ship. You know, whether it's I want to get a coffee, Starbucks coffee, we call it the Max Coffee Shop, or I need to go to the gym, I need to make a medical appointment. I mean, really, it's remarkable how this place just models after a town or a city.
Basically like Groundhog Day, you wake up, we go to work, eat, work out occasionally, and go to bed and start the day again. So there's like a routine to it.
People that you meet, you create like this big bond just because like you're out to sea for so long, you work with these people, so you know, you try to like boost each other up, help each other, so you create that like unique bond that you don't really get like in land.
For some of the sailors, liberty has come, which is their terminology for a trip ashore, maybe to the historic sites of Portsmouth or even London. And our brief window into this world has also come to an end. A fascinating snapshot of life and the capabilities of a vessel which will be in service for decades and will, through its carefully executed redesign of what's gone before, be the template for the next generation of US carriers. Tim Cooper, Forces News, the Solent. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.